Hello y'all, how are you guys? My name is Mandy and welcome to ClarkeStitch. Hello. How are you guys? Welcome back to ClarkeStitch. My name is Mandy. I am a cross stitcher, a hobby cross stitcher here in Houston, Texas. And again, welcome to ClarkeStitch. So it's been a while since my last video. My last video was in February of this year. So I am so sorry that I've been away. It's been crazy. 2023 has been really crazy. My daughter had a birthday. We moved. My sister's actually getting married this October, so we've been doing a lot to plan that wedding, and then just holidays and my job as a physician here in Houston. So it's been a crazy year, but I am so happy and blessed to be back in this space. Cross stitching is my favorite hobby. I love doing it, and I have a lot of things to share with you guys today. So this might be a little bit of a lengthy video because I have been working on things while I've been away. So get your snacks, get your tea. I'm drinking some tea here, and it's really hot. And let's get started, okay? And I'm so happy to be back here. I have lots of things to show you guys today. I've been a little busy with cross stitch as well, and I just haven't been able to just sit down and just, organize a video, but I am ready today. I got my sheet of paper with all my notes, and we are gonna get through this. I'm so glad that you guys are back here, and if you guys are new, welcome. I'm just really happy to be a part of this cross stitch world. I posted my first video and I just got so much support from everyone. I was very nervous about that video. I've never done YouTube before. I didn't know how it worked, and I barely knew how to, record a video with the iPhone. So I appreciate everyone's support for that video. It was amazing. You guys gave me some great ideas about what I could do next, and I hope this is reflected in what I show you guys today. I'm really excited about the fall. Gosh, guys, the summer here in Houston has been ridiculous. It's been so hot, and there's been like fires all over the country and even in Canada. My sister lives in Louisiana right now, and she has fires near her. So as you can see, I have transitioned to fall clothing. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for this hot blazing summer to be over. I also wanted to thank a couple of people after my last video who shouted me out and were just really sweet. First, Sunshine Stitchers, thank you so much for your shout out. You actually have inspired me with some of my stitching that I'll show you guys today. So thank you so much for the shout out. Gammy Stitcher, thank you for the shout out. You are so sweet and kind, and I love watching your videos, so thank you so much. And then Corey Creates, thank you so much also for shouting me out. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well in St. Louis. Me and my husband actually really miss being in St. Louis, so I hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's get started. My schedule says I need to start talking about my finishes, so let's go ahead and do that. So my first finish is actually right here. I'm really excited about it. I told you guys about it the last time, but this is Ida B. Wells's home. I designed this, and it's basically a pattern styled after Ida B. Wells's home in Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to very carefully pick this up because the glue on these magnets is not quite really well set. But here you go. You can see that. I really thought it came out really well. It's a perfect pattern for, definitely Valentine's Day colors, but I'm gonna just very carefully set it back down here, but it might fall over. Okay, so I ran upstairs to get the flosses. So I used classic colorwork flosses, hand-dyed, or I guess just dyed flosses for this project. The first one is Cupid. It's this red that is on here. And I actually wanted to know your opinion on it because there's a lot of variegation. I think it looks really cool, like up here and like in the letters. I thought it kind of gave it maybe a little bit more of an antique look, but I would love to know your thoughts on this red. I wanted it to pop, so I was kind of nervous about it since it is like a, you know, an antique house, but I would love y'all's opinion on that color. So that was Cupid, and then the river rocks. That was a part of the building, the lighter brick on the building. And then I used the cauldron on the roof of the building. And then I used tabby as well, I think on the steps. And then sugar plum I used for the leaves and some of the letters. And then secondhand rose I used for some of the leaves and some of the periphery, like embroidery around the letters, like around here. And then snowball I used for the actual turret, this here. And then also little pink peony I used for the leaves as well. And then I used fresh brew for the trunk of the tree. So yeah, I think it came out really well. I think I'm gonna continue this series on, you know, making patterns, specifically highlighting the homes and historic sites of, you know, African Americans who contributed to our country's history. And I did this one for my first video, the Harriet Tubman home in Auburn, New York. I really liked doing this. It was my first time creating a pattern with this one. And so I just went ahead and did another one. I'm actually working on another pattern right now, another home. I think I'm gonna do Ashton Villa in Galveston, Texas. That's where the Emancipation Proclamation was said. You know, Juneteenth, you know, the slaves in Texas were kind of late knowing about their freedom, being freed by the Emancipation Proclamation. And so the Emancipation Proclamation was actually read at Ashton Villa, and I'm gonna insert a picture here now. But I think that's gonna be my next pattern. I'm actually really excited. It's a beautiful building. Me and my husband and daughter recently went there and saw it because Galveston's not so far away from us. So I'll insert a picture, and I think that's what I'm gonna do next. And then I also thought about maybe doing Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. and sometime maybe this year or next year. So I'm really excited about those patterns. I didn't know I would like it so much. People asked if I'm gonna sell them in the future. I'm thinking I might make them available closer to Black History Month. I kind of wanted to get a couple down so I can kind of, you know, maybe have a couple of options for people to choose from. I'm still learning how to do that, and so bear with me. I'm not a professional like pattern maker or publisher or anything, so I am kind of just doing this as a hobby, but we'll see what the future holds. Okay, next, so I finished Folk Flowers, and I actually don't have that with me because I stitched it for my parents' anniversary, but I will insert a picture here. And so this is a pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I stitched it on 32 count antique white Swigert fabric, and I actually kind of changed the pattern a little bit. I changed the bottom of it. I'll insert a picture of the original pattern, and then I'll insert a picture of mine, I guess maybe next to it. But I basically put my parents' names and my mom's maiden name and my dad's surname on the top with the date of their anniversary, so it could be personalized. And I used only one color, a red thread from DMC. I really like this pattern because my mom has a lot of red china, or red pattern china. Okay, so now that we talked about Folk Flowers by Modern Embroidery and then Ida B. Wells's home, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my last finish, which was Gingham Greetings. This was an ornament that I made. It's by Stitching with the Housewives. It's on 28 count even weave. And I made some personalizations. I'll show the original picture of the ornament. I don't use a lot of blue when I decorate for Christmas, so whenever there was a blue like ornament on the truck or like on the tree, I substituted that with either like yellow or green, just because I don't use a lot of blue when I decorate for Christmas. But I'm really excited to put it on some sort of ornament mounting. I'll let you guys know what I do. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. I am working on another ornament that I'm almost done with, which I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so those are my 3 finishes, and I guess I did a really big or detailed look at my stitching journal during the last video, but this was my stitching for August. I mainly only worked on 4 different projects, which I will, no, 5 different projects, which I'll show you now. But this is how I keep track of what I work on every day. I just kind of color code it and then star where I have worked on it. And I really like it. It kind of just tells me like what I've worked on, what I've enjoyed working on, what I transitioned to. I'm also very much a part-time stitcher, so I mostly stitch at night before I go to bed. So I usually only stitch on 1 or 2 projects a day, and it's sometimes slow getting things done for me, but you know, that's okay, because this is a hobby. Okay, so next I want to talk about what I'm working on right now. So the first thing I want to discuss was calendar crates by Stitching with the Housewives. This is the July one. I think I showed this in my last video. I didn't get much done on this. I'm really excited to get this done because I love the 4th of July. Like, I love it. I just haven't been able to get it done. I think I also get, you know, discouraged because you have to switch a lot of colors or like count out a lot of squares for these fireworks. But I kind of got more of the fireworks done. And so I need to just finish those fireworks. And I think there's like a border down here that I have to finish, but my goal is to get this done before next 4th of July so I can actually put it up in my house. So that's one. I used the called for Classic Colorworks floss for this one. The next thing I am working on, next project I'm working on is one for my dad. It's called 100 Owls by Owl Forest Embroidery. This is one that a lot of you guys liked the last time, which I'm excited about because it's a really fun project. My dad is a hunter. He loves owls. He's a hunter. He loves the outdoors. He loves owls. He actually calls out to them and they will respond to him with all the hooting sounds. Anyway, I wanted to give him something that he could hang on his office wall. The last time I think I had like the center owls done, but I mainly have been focusing on, let me see, on this side of the pattern. Like this owl, I completed the one in the center there, and then I completed this border over here with these owls on this side. I'm still working on this side, and a couple of the other owls that are in the center. But I think it's coming out beautifully. It's with DNC floss, and so I think it's coming out really great. I'm really excited about it. My goal is to have this done by the end of the year so that he can have it. He's definitely been talking about how I haven't finished it yet, and he got jealous when I gave my mom the anniversary gift of the full flowers, and he's like, well, where's my project? Where did you get mine done? So I have to get this done soon, guys. Okay, so next is Crate of Christmas Lights by Stitching with the Housewives. So this is my next ornament that I am stitching. It's right here. I'm mostly done with it. I just have to fill in, like I'm filling in these little ornament spaces, and then there's ornaments that go up here that I have to finish. One thing you'll notice is that I personalized the Santa. He is black. And so I actually was really kind of iffy about what color to use. And I will tell you what color I used in somewhere here because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But the rest of it is called for Classic Colorworks. And again, there was blue in this pattern as well. I don't really decorate with blue for Christmas, so I'm planning to substitute the blue ornaments and things with like yellow ornaments or green ornaments. But I think this is so cute. I love the Santa. I just think it's such a cute pattern with the reindeer. And so it's great. Okay. Yeah, this is the original pattern. You can see here there's blue where the Christmas lights is, and instead of the blue I used green. So if you know the blue is not really driving you, you can always switch it out for another color. Okay, so the next one I am doing is called Harry One by Good Morning Maui. She's on Etsy. It's a Harry Potter pattern. My sister is obsessed with Harry Potter, and I always get her something like Harry Potter themed for Christmas. And so I'm stitching this for her for Christmas. It's really cute. It has all the characters, and I just think it's so cute. So I'll show you. I haven't gotten far yet. I just ordered the fabric, and so I mainly just worked on the letters here. So here we go. This is a 25 count Lugana. And I've literally just drawn the letters. I think it's gonna say, "You're a wizard, Harry." So you can see here that I started on the wizard. Oh, is it upside down? Upside down, sorry. A wizard. So this is Silver Moon Lugana. It kind of has like a silvery tint. You kind of can't see it on the camera, but it's actually really pretty. And it's 25 count Lugana by ClarkeStitch Nook. They're on Etsy. And I really like them. It was packaged really nicely. And one great thing is that they serge the ends for you. They serge them. I really love it when a company sends me fabric that's already serged. It really helps me out because me serging is just not, you know, taking out that sewing machine, it's fine, but I just love it when they serge it for you. Okay, and I also have another pattern. This is, I think, another series of patterns I'm gonna do. You know, my channel is called ClarkeStitch, and so I really, you know, wanted to start making patterns that show different scenes in my daughter's life. I'll show a picture of what this pattern is inspired by, but it's called Sunshine and Unicorns. I am not done with it yet, but you can see here, it's the start of a little girl. She has beautiful brown skin with little afro puffs, little bows in her hair. You can see here I'm kind of playing around with the stitching. Like on this gold circle side, I have two stitches over two, and I only have one over here. So I'm trying to decide which one I like the most. I think this one's just a little bit too bulky, so I might go with this side. And then her eyelashes, I thought I wanted like some gold flecking in her eyelashes, but I don't know if I like it, so I might take that out. And you can see here that there's gold in her actual bodice of her dress. So pretty. And I'm really enjoying this pattern. I will show you guys the finished product, but this is what I've designed, and I'm really excited about it. And it's called Sunshine and Unicorn, so you can probably guess what's gonna be in it. And this fabric is called think Sweet Grass, and it's by Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy, and it's hand dyed. I haven't worked with a lot of hand dyed fabrics, but I really enjoyed this, and it's a beautiful color, and so I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really girly color, so that's why I chose it. I'll also show you the flosses that I'm going to be using for this pattern. You know, my sister always asks me, like, how do I get started, like, designing a pattern? I literally just start on graph paper. I just start, like, scribbling around. This was, like, the original graph paper I used to, like, start, you know, scribbling around. And then once I have, like, an idea, I kind of transition to my computer and put the whole pattern into the computer. But this pattern is going to have, it's going to be DMC flosses. So, let me get myself together here. So I have a brown for her skin. I don't have the number of this DMC on me right now, but this is the brown for her skin. This is a very dark brown for her hair. It's DMC 60. Yeah. And then for her dress, I have DMC 3, it might be backwards on here, but 3609. It's this really beautiful pink DMC. I also have this darker pink 3607. And then for the rest of the pattern, there will be some purples in it, and I will show you how I use these in my next video. But 153 and 554. So I'll show you how I use these in the next video. And then there'll also be some silver. This is a, I guess, specialty thread by DMC. It's called S762. And then there's also some gold. Now this is the first time I've used like a kind of like metallic gold threading, or any metallic threading. It's actually a little bit more challenging than I thought it would be to work with, which is why, like, I've been playing with it, especially on the bows. Again, this is like the 2/2. I think it just looks a little bit too bulky, so I might put that down to 1 floss over 2. But it's a beautiful thread, like, it's gorgeous, and I've used it on the bodice, which I think is really pretty. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun just learning how to work with the metallic thread, and then working with the hand dyed fabric, so it's really nice. Okay, and so I'll just move all this out of the way. What is next? What is next on my agenda? So I already have my September at a glance page, what I want to complete. Again, I feel like I'm very, I would say, ambitious about what I can complete in the month, but if you don't speak it out there, it just won't ever get done. So this is my plan for this month, okay? So under my monthly goals, I have most of the things I want to finish, and under my stitching plans, they're the things I want to start. I don't have a lot of starts this month because there's a lot of things I need to finish. So this is my September at a glance. So you can kind of see the format that I use to kind of tell my goals. But the first thing is I want to finish this Sunshine and Unicorns stitching. I also want to finish my July calendar crates. I want to finish the 100 owls for my dad, and I want to finish the Ashton Villa pattern that I told you guys earlier. I want to finish that, and my goal is to record another YouTube video by September 20th. I'm putting that in my goals for this month. I also have a couple of starts that I want to start, and I'll show you that here. So I know I want to do these two patterns. They're both by Plum Street samplers. I just love them. I've been staring at them for a while. And this is This I Know by Plum Street Sampler, or sorry, no, this is The Day by Plum Street Samplers. Beautiful Bible verse with a beautiful house I love this pattern. I think it just it exudes positivity. So I'm going to stitch this one, and then I'm going to stitch this. I know it's a beautiful church with sheep in the background. You know, Jesus loves me, this I know. Just a beautiful, you know, sentence. And so these two I'm stitching. I want to hang them in my daughter's room eventually, but they're just gorgeous. And I already have the fabric I'm going to stitch them on. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to start on this one this month. This is the day. And this is another fabric by Vintage Needleworks on Etsy. It's a 25 count Lugana, and it's in Cafe au lait. It's hand dyed. It's really gorgeous. So I think the color is beautiful. It's kind of hard to really, you know, do it justice on the camera, but I think it's a really beautiful color and kind of that antique look that I'm going for. So it should be great. So later. Okay. I also, if I finish July calendar crates, I also want to start October calendar crates. I love this pattern by Stitching with the Housewives. I mean, my birthday month is October. I love October. I love all of the different festivities of Halloween. I'm definitely a Halloween gal, so I love this pattern with all the ghosts and like the cat and the little witch, the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lantern. So I really want to start this one this month. Only way I can start this is if I finish July calendar crates. I've told myself that I have to finish that one first before I start this one. Okay, there's a couple of other projects that I want to start on. I was inspired by Sunshine Stitchers. She was stitching a beautiful Clementine Hunter painting. You know Clementine Hunter, she is a folk artist that grew up, or she was from Louisiana. And actually near a town called, you know, Natchitoches, where my family is from. And, you know, that area is so personable to me because that's where a lot of my family history is. And so she lived on this plantation called Melrose Plantation. And a lot of her artistry is actually based on her life at that plantation. And so Sunshine Stitchers, she was stitching a beautiful painting from her. And so I was trying to find a pattern of hers, of one of her paintings. And it was hard for me to find one. I actually bought this book from, it's actually a very old book. I think it was published in like the 70s. It's kind of damaged. But it's called American Needlework, 1776 to 1976. So yeah, it was published in the 70s. They have a couple patterns of her paintings in here. And this one's called Clementine's Bouquet. Let's see. And then they have another one called Mules in the Pasture. So I saw these and I was like, maybe. I'm still thinking about, you know, stitching these. Again, they're not in color, so you can't really get a good sense of what they will truly look like in color, but they're, again, beautiful patterns. But I also found this painting of hers online that I think I'm gonna try to create into a pattern. It's called, let me do my notes here. The Cane River Melrose Plantation scene, and I will put a picture here, but it's this beautiful scene of, you know, people working on the plantation, but also like people going to church, the actual plantation building, painted by Clementine Hunter, and her, you know, getting her personal view of it. And so I really love this painting. I've already like transitioned it to a pattern, and I'm gonna stitch it. And so I already have the pattern ready. I just need to literally order my fabric. I've already chosen the fabric I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use Sunbeam Lugana 32 count by Vintage Needle Art. So we're at the same place I got my other 2 fabrics is a hand-dyed fabric from Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy. So I'm going to use that one, and I'm going to use DMC floss for that. It's going to come out to be about 17 by 11 inches. So it's going to be a pretty big pattern. It's going to be a very big project for me, but I think it's time for me to do like a big project. I've mostly focused on like small projects. I think this will be my first big project. And I just, again, this plantation site is one that I visited. I actually took my wedding photos there, mostly because, you know, this was a plantation site that was owned by free Black people. And so you see the actual wealth within the free Black community in Louisiana through the history of this plantation. So it's a very interesting history. If you ever, you know, travel to Natchitoches and the surrounding areas of Natchitoches, Louisiana, it's really cool to learn about. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to order that fabric today because I'm really excited about doing it. I also have another Clementine Hunter pattern that I think I'm going to make based on a painting that my mom owns by Clementine Hunter, or Clementine Hunter. And so I'm going to create that into a pattern as well. So that's gonna come up soon. And so yeah, I think next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transition. A lot of you guys wanted to see what I do for quilting and what I'm working on for quilting. I am working on one quilt right now for my mom, and I'll show it to you right now. It's not based on like a specific pattern. It's literally, I got a couple different pieces from different places and I'm putting them together and making my own quilt. I kind of want it to look kind of like a painting a little bit, but I'll show you. Let me know what you think. Okay, I don't know if you can really see this here. Let me move this. But this is a sun for the actual quilt. And I've kind of pieced together a couple of other things. It's gonna be lots of hummingbirds. And I'm sorry, it's not ironed. It used to be ironed, but it's not ironed right now. With some flowers. And another flower here. So I'm literally just making these blocks and piecing them together based on how I like and how I think it looks. And I have another piece here that I'm going to eventually sew on together with it, like some more hummingbirds right here. And some more flowers, hummingbirds, and then some more. Sorry, this is really wrinkled because I haven't taken this piece out in a while, but some more flowers and hummingbirds. So I think it's gonna turn out really cute, and I'll show you guys the final product, but I literally just got the pattern of the hummingbirds and the flowers. I'll put it up on the screen, but I got the patterns from that, and I printed out the pattern on parchment or the piecing paper, and I cut out my fabric and I sewed it based on the piecing paper, so you can actually see the piecing paper still on the back of some of my blocks. So it's a lot of fun. I've just, you know, I wanted it to kind of be a unique quilt top, and we'll just see how it goes. I'm kind of just being creative, kind of doing things that I like, not based on a quilting pattern. So we'll see how that goes. So that is it. That is all I have for you. I am really excited about the rest of this year. I'm excited about my next YouTube video that I will record on the 20th. Hopefully we'll, you know, put out soon after that. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed the channel, and I really hope to have conversation with all of you about the patterns that I'm working on, the patterns that I've created. I love feedback. Again, this is just something fun that I love to do, and so any feedback you have, I would really appreciate it. Have a great day and a great Labor Day weekend, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.